All right, we've heard of people going berserk.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of someone saying like, I'm going berserkers, right? But BeRZeRK, it's a term that we use. It's thrown around in our like lay language. What does it mean? Where did it come from?
Yeah, so I thought this would be a fun topic because I learned about the idea that there were these people who would take some kind of drug and then just go crazy in battle. It was like ancient PCP.
Okay.
They'd like take this drug and then they would run out into battle and would just go absolutely nuts. Yeah. And that's where the whole term comes from, is BeRZeRK, which actually probably means bear skin.
Yeah.
And that has to do with the fact that they weren't wearing armor. They were just wearing pelts,
yeah,
basically. They'd have these little shields, and the rumor that you'll read everywhere is that they would bite their shields. Yeah. For some reason, that was really important.
And they
to
would
everybody.
Run into battle naked.
Almost naked, yeah.
Almost naked,
yeah.
Sorry. Almost naked.
Yeah.
Using their nakedness almost as like a weapon, too.
Yeah, that was
characteristic.
Right. I thought that was one of the funny and kind of interesting points about this. We should probably say, many people speculate that maybe there weren't ever really berserkers, but there seems to be enough evidence to suggest that there were. But yeah, the idea here is they would run out into battle wearing almost nothing, just like an axe or a sword and a little shield, and that was psychological warfare on the enemy, of them seeing this person who's just going absolutely nuts, and they're thinking, wow, this person has nothing to lose. Like, I want to get out of the way because their safety doesn't even matter to them. They won't even protect themselves.
They're going berserk.
Yeah, they're going berserk. They're coming at me, this bloodshot eyes, yelling nonsense, swinging their axe, not even trying to protect themselves. Like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
Like, I want someone who is going to try and protect themselves because I know that they're going to be cautious, which means I might be able to exploit a vulnerability or at least protect myself. And the other thing that might be wrapped up in this is on the side of the berserker, who is, because they're so vulnerable, they're going to fight that much harder to protect themselves. And so there's speculation in there. We obviously didn't survey any berserkers. If there's some out there want to come on the show,
one of those things,
we'd be happy to talk to you.
We really want to do a follow-up episode
yeah.
with someone that's a berserker.
Yeah, so if that's you, then let us know. But anyway, we didn't get the survey, but there's just some people have talked about this is maybe what it would have been like, which would have been an explanation as to why we saw them act this way or be able to pull off the kinds of things that they did.
Is this still a part of like the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistics Manual, like a part of a diagnosis? Like how is it still relevant in today's psychology? Is it?
It's not, as far as I know. It just became a colloquial term to mean someone who's being
biting their shield and running around half naked.
Yeah, exactly. That's, as soon as you see that, I'm like, oh, that person's berserk right now. No, I think that mostly it's interesting, and primarily I was interested in this from that perspective of the idea that they were taking some drug and running out into battle, when that was actually just completely speculated upon by a guy who was a part of some church at some point. He's a friar. I don't know what he was, but somebody who just speculated that they were using drugs and going out into battle. And although they may have been using drugs, it probably wasn't this mushroom that he was concerned about, because for one thing, it didn't really grow in that part of the world, at least not very easily. And for another, it mostly just made people really sick. So they weren't going to be getting really sick and then running out in the battle. They'd eat the mushroom and then be vomiting everywhere. And instead, that there was it was either a weed or some type of herb or something called henbane, and that may have been a better explanation for if they were taking something, it may have been that. And still others speculated that they were just completely sloshed and that they drank a lot of wine and then they'd go out into battle. Although that one I am a little skeptical of, seeing how well people coordinate their movements when they're extremely intoxicated, which is poorly.
It definitely impacts that system.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're interested in berserkers, why people go berserkers, a bigger deep dive, all the links are down below. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. All right, if you're into this, please like, share, subscribe. If you want to see more of this, the top link in the description is where you can support and gain access to more videos. And if you haven't already, check it over here on YouTube. There's a few different playlists. I think you're going to enjoy them. That's your Daily BA.